And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Ellie De La Cruz. That's in there. 0-1.
So here's a fun note on Ellie. He became the youngest player in high A ball to homer from both sides.
That's a base hit. Jazz on his horse coming around third. He will score and the Reds have the lead. 1-0.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock. And now they've got some speed on first. So
this one swung on and hit well. Way back there. It's gone. A 2-run homer. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 3-0.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter.
TJ Friedl in the box now. No balls and a strike. Foul ball. One down, base is empty. Swings through it for the K. Slider got him for strike 3. Now it's the Reds DH, Sal Stewart. A little bit high. 1-0. 2 outs, base is empty. And a strike right through there. That one at triple digits. Gonna count 1 and 2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Cincinnati plates a pair on this homer. It's now 3-0. Back here with my pal Siggy. And today's starter, Chase Burns. What should we keep an eye on here?
Power pitcher. He's going to speed you up with the fastball velocity, and out of his hand will explode the breaking ball. Very difficult for hitters to keep that front side closed and hit the ball the other way, because they know if they're not ready to pull the trigger, the fastball will beat them.
And the pitch. This to center field. Friedl under this one. Hauls it in for the out. And there's one down. And now Fernando Villegas.
Second baseman, Fernando Villegas.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Next offering in there for a strike. That is strike 2.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Now batting Jarren Duran. And first offering is fouled off. Two outs. Foul ball there. Here's the 0-2. And they'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. That one misses. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
It's a good take.
Flares it into the outfield. Hauls it in to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. They trail it here 3-0. And we're back. Second inning set to go. Now it's the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Skubal, a former Cy Young Award winner, 29 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. And a good eye there.
1-1.
Rusty Valentine calling balls and strikes.
Book, something I hear from hitters about Valentine is they know they don't have to protect off the plate too much in 2-strike counts, and that can be a big deal in terms of your confidence in seeing some pitches in that at bat.
And another ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got him. One out.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Next to hit, Blaze Alexander. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1 out, base is empty. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And down on strikes he goes. 2 down.
No, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Number 16 now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. And that one is inside. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
The strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
And a swing and a miss, and good work there as he gets a 1-2-3.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the center fielder, Kerry Carpenter. That one ripped. Friedel going back. And that one becomes property of the beast. He circles the bases. It's 3-1. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. When a guy's got a real hard fastball, you can't overswing. All you've got to do is get the bat head to the spot. If you do, he supplies the power, and you'll get to jog around the bases like he did right there.
The Dodgers trailing by 2, bottom half of inning number 2. And it's 1-1.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Wouldn't chase that time. 2-1 now. And a swing and a miss.
2-2.
This guy's seen 2 changeups in a row. Could be a little vulnerable for a fastball right here.
Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And there's a fly ball deep right field. That ball has just been voted off the island. He hammers one out to right. It's 3-2. That's his 3rd straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boo. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Luis Ariz stands in. And here it comes. In the air, left field, under it. And it's caught for the out. Here's Adley Rutschman. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, That's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
The pitch. The shortstop takes the ball. Rutschman over at first with one away. Missed with a changeup. And now 3-0.
Good miss with that changeup away. He needs a ball on the ground for a double play. Minimize the potential threat right here on the hitter's side.
Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw, and they got him.
You know, I always felt as a base runner, base stealer that, you know, if you can get in that first, second, maybe third pitch, get your jump and steal second base, you had a much better chance of being successful. As it gets deeper into that at bat and those pitches rack up, you almost get a little more flat-footed, and you've got to be sharp to get that jump and to be a good throw down to second base. Just wasn't able to do it right there. One of the things about that two-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a two-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Oswald Peraza now at the plate as he swings through strike one. And a foul ball. The pitch. Chisholm over to first. Third out. But two round trippers in this inning. Top half of the third inning. Now here's the Reds leadoff man, Jazz Chisholm Jr. And there's a foul ball.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
One ball.
Way upstairs. And now it's even 1-1. And another ball.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Fastball in for a strike. And now 2-2. Struck him out swinging. Some high cheese for strike three.
Looked like he reached back and got a little extra on that one. Triple digits on the miles per hour through the zone. No chance of touching that one.
Vargas stands in now and watches strike one. Line drive, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. Next for Cincinnati, Elly De La Cruz. Just missed.
You know, one of the most memorable innings ever for Elly happened in July 2023. In one inning, De La Cruz hit a two-out single to take the lead and then proceeded to do something that a Reds player hasn't done in more than 100 years. He stole second, third, and home in the same inning. It only took 2 pitches for him to steal all 3 bases.
That one in triple digits. Fouled off. He was late. Man at first, one away. De La Cruz started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and no swing, says Jerry Hillsdale.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball. Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
And fouled off.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
That's towards center. Carpenter drifts towards it. Drops into the glove. TJ Friedl, the next to hit for the Reds. And that one upstairs. Next offering upstairs.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
And now the lefty. Swing and a miss. And the count 2-1. That one missed. Vargas, the lead runner out at second. De La Cruz at first. 2 out of the inning. Swing and a miss at 99 miles an hour. In the air, center field. Sizing this one up. And puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that. And we're back. Set for the bottom of the third. Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Royce Lewis. Swings through that one for strike one.
One strike.
Swung on, belted. That's back. And that one becomes property of the beast. And this game is tied. It's 3-3. 2 pitches, 2 swings. That one for a home run.
Looking to be aggressive all the way, and it paid off for him in a big way.
Now a chance for Fernando Villegas. Benson settles under this one. One down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Duran in now. Takes ball 1 off the plate. And that one hammered back there. That ball has just been voted off the island. A solo shot. It's their second home run of the inning. It's 4-3. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Well, not every home run is a majestic blast off the bat, and even though he hit it pretty well, it was anything but a sure thing to get out. But today, the conditions were right. He got just enough of it, and I think the backspin really helped that thing carry.
In the air to left center. It gets down, a base hit.
Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
Into center. In position. Brings it in. 2 away now. Luis Arias digs in now. Fly to left his first time. Pulls that one foul. This one lifted in the air, left field, and it falls. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Now, Adley Rutschman. Swing and a line drive curling foul down the right side. So now a pinch hitter, number 25, looking for a big hit with 2 out, runners at first and second. Carpenter at second. Arise on at first with 2 down. Strike 2. And there's a ball.
2 strikes.
And down on strikes. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But 2-round trip. So remaining in the game defensively, number 25. He takes over behind the plate to do the catching after entering the game as a pinch hitter. And the pitch. Stewart swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the second time today. And a foul ball.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
And there's one down. Adolis Garcia, the next to hit.
Bill, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Kicks and deals.
1-1.
The Dodgers up by a run, top half of inning number 4.
No.
And another ball. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. One down, base is empty. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Now into the game, Shohei Ohtani. He takes over in right.
Now playing right field, number 17, Shohei.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
The healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Oh, he gloves it to first. And very nicely done for the out.
Definitely not a comfortable play to make down there at third when it's ripped at you like that. Pretty impressive stop, though. He kind of stabbed at it, got up, completed the play. You know, some guys are just waving at that one as it goes by to the outfield.
In now for the Reds, Blaze Alexander. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Green makes the play, and it's out number 3. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag. Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. And that one becomes property of the beast. He goes deep in his first at bat off the bench. And they add a run. It's 5-3. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here.
So digging in, Oswald Peraza. And first offering is fouled off. 1 run across in the frame so far. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. That misses the zone. Now 1-2.
Well, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
On the ground to third. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe. Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Royce Lewis steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's already homered in this game. That one fouled off.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. It's going to really have to bear down.
And now the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
Burns checks over to first, and he's back.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. The high heat, too much on that one.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Swing and a miss. 0-1.
One strike.
Peraza leads off first with one away. Next offering in there for a strike. Slider right there. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, take a look at the three-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing.
Lifted in the air down the left side, and it hops over the wall for an automatic double. So 2 down, and next will be the cleanup hitter, Kerry Carpenter. He's already homered here in this one.
And boy, do they catch a break. Otherwise, you're looking at runners around the bases and probably a run that scores.
2 on, 2 outs. That missed by a lot. And the count even 1-1.
Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. That's back. And that one becomes property of the beast. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add on. It's 8-3.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch at that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll.
Jansen jump. Gets the call from the pen.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Here's Riley Green. First pitch swinging.
0-1.
Dave Roberts turning to his bench for a new bat. Number 27. Two outs.
1-1.
And that one fouled off. And it's even up. That's down and in. A slider missed. Gets a piece and stays alive. 2 down, nobody on. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
swings and fouls one off. Righty to the plate. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Staying in the game on defense, number 76. He entered the game to pinch hit and now man second base. Also entering the game, number 22. He takes over as the new first baseman. That one is absolutely belted. This looks like extra bases. Around first, heading for two. In safely, it's a leadoff double in the fifth.
He was all over that one. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ballgame.
Chisholm, the next to hit, takes outside. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down. Around third. One run is in, and he'll make it into third with a triple. So a man aboard, and now the first baseman, Miguel Vargas. 1 for 2. Now into the ball game on defense, Juan Villegas. He's in at shortstop, and he pumps it a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
And ball 1.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield.
This one popped up, middle of the infield. He makes the grab, and there's one away. Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. Foul ball.
You can feel the extra attention on Ellie anytime he comes to the plate. This guy's a player that keeps you on the edge of your seat because you don't know what he's going to do next. He can hit for power, steals bases. He can throw the ball 100 miles per hour across the infield. He's electric.
The 1-2 keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The Reds down by 4, and we're at the top of the fifth. Try to get him to chase on the changeup that time. That just misses, and that's ball 3. The pitch. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Payoff pitch. Swing and a ball lifted left field, and makes the grab. Runner tagging from third. It's a sac fly as he comes across to score. It's 8-5. 2 outs, base is empty. Now the Reds cleanup hitter, Will Benson. First offering, and it just misses. Benson goes 6 feet 5 inches, 230 pounds, and he's been on a good run at the plate, hitting over 325 in his last 10 games. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Right through there for a strike. High fly ball out into left center field. Carpenter should have this one. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And at the plate for the Dodgers, number 25. Junk back to work.
Number 25.
Outside low, and that's ball 1. Action in the pen down there. Chase Petty getting loose out there. Number 39 also getting ready. The wide to kick the pitch. Late on that fastball.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
And another ball.
2-2.
That one hammered center field. Way back there. That ball has just been voted off the island. A gigantic blast. And they add to the lead. It's 9-5.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at-bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Here's Shohei Ohtani. First pitch misses. Nobody on, nobody out. Last half of inning number 5. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Now it's going to be Oswald Peraza. Line drive, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Couple of singles back-to-back. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Now at the plate, Juan Villegas. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Down the line. Garcia really on his horse for this one. Full extension, makes the catch. To second, 2. It beats him back to first. It's a triple play. And welcome back to the ballpark. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, TJ Friedl. New pitcher on now, Kurt Wagner.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And he deals. And a big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
One, 2 now. Wouldn't chase that time.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And another ball. Three, 2. Gets under and pops it up. Villegas on his way over, and he makes the catch. And there's one away. Sal Stewart, the next to hit for the Reds. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Carpenter moving under this one. Squeezes it, and there's 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Now here is Adolis Garcia. This one in the air. Has a beat on it. And that's the 3rd out. So, number 39 comes on now.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
And now it's the switch-hitting second baseman. His first at-bat was a strikeout. The wind and the pitch. Right back to him on the mound.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Duran, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. That's down and in.
1 strike.
And a 1-1. And a foul ball. Left-hand hitter waits. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Alexander drifts towards it, and there are 2 outs. And first offering is fouled off. 2 outs. Out there to center. Friedel moving under it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that is that. And we're back. Now the third baseman, Blaze Alexander.
Blaze Alexander.
Wagner back to work. And first offering is fouled off. The pitch. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. And he chases that one below the zone.
1-2.
In the air, left field, under it. Corrals it. 1 away.
The batter, number 16.
Here's the catcher. Just off the outside edge, and it's 1-0. And that's in for a strike.
1-1.
Stays alive. One down, base is empty. The other way. He dives but can't hang on. That's a base hit. David Bell bringing on a pinch hitter. Tyler Callahan. Runner on first and 1 down for him. 0-1 there.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Wouldn't chase that time.
2-1.
Here comes a pitch. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. And a pitch. And another ball. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Makes the grab. And there's 2 away.
The first baseman.
So they're making a move for a bat off the bench. Number 49, the runner on first with 2 gone for him. Number 37 taking over on the mound.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
2 outs. Foul ball there. High fly ball out to center field. Carpenter makes the catch, and that'll do it. So remaining in the game defensively, Tyler Callahan. He entered the game to pinch hit and now mans second base. Here's the left fielder. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. Line of the pitch. Just missed. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Chase Petty appears to be getting ready, and I'm sure he's feeling some nerves. This would be his major league debut. Way out front for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one ripped right center field. That's down. One hops off the wall. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Everything came together for him. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Number 22 at the plate now as he chases after that one. Just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
On the ground to the left. Throws to first in time. Shohei Ohtani getting ready to hit. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
He's like Mike Trout. You figure whatever you put in his hand, whether it's a bat, whether it's a golf club, whether it's a basketball, he can do it and get it done. And a rare talent, so much fun to watch.
Right-handed reliever. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Righty delivers. That one ran inside, almost got him. Next pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good eye in that spot.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
Outside, and that is ball 4. So first and second with 2 outs. And up next for Los Angeles, Oswald Peraza, 1 for 3. Fought off foul. First and second, 2 down. Here at the bottom of the 7th. That's outside. And that's ball 1. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And welcome back as we have a pinch hitter to lead it off. Ryan Jeffers. New pitcher for the Dodgers, Braxton Garrett. He has a great slider with tons of movement. The wind of the pitch. And there's the strike. Garrett, in his 6th season, he features a sinker, a slider, a changeup, a 4-seamer, and occasionally uses a cutter. On a line, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base. Base hit, center field.
Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Back-to-back singles challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it. And maybe they've got something going here, trying to get back into this one.
The pitch. Late swing, fouled off. First and second here, no outs. On the ground right side. And it finds its way through for a hit. They won't test it here. Bases loaded, no outs.
One of the hardest things to do in the game, to stay mentally and physically ready for the big opportunity, and he came through for his club right there.
Number 43 gets the ball now.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
And that one fouled off. With the tying run at the plate, and we're in the top of the 8th. That one not close. Ball 1. Base hit, 1 run is in. The second run scores, and they cut the lead to 2.
Well, he was a little off balance. He got the front foot down, but was so great at keeping the hands back and allowed him still to get good wood to this baseball. Big one there as he drives in a couple of runs.
No outs, runners at first and second. And the right-hander deals. And that one is lifted in the air. Ohtani on the move to the gap. Drops into the glove. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with 1 out. 2 on, 1 out. Next for Cincinnati, Blaze Alexander. There's the strike.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Next offering popped in the air, right field. Brings it in. Runner tags for third. The throw's offline. He's saved. And now they trail by 1.
Number 16.
Here's the Reds catcher. So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, Dustin May.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
That one close, ruled a ball. And the count is 2-0. Just missed. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And that's the 3rd out. Staying in the game on defense, Garrett Hampson. He'll be the new left fielder after entering the game as a pinch hitter. So the lineup flips over. And now the shortstop, Juan Villegas. He's 0 for 1. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers.
Well, that's that slope right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
And a foul ball, third base side. And the pitch. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Had him way out front of the slurve. Now the number 2 hitter. And first offering is fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. late on that fastball.
You tie a guy up like that, you're feeling like you are in command.
Cut on and miss. Struck him out. 2 down.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Duran stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Right-hander kicks, deals, and it's fouled away.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
And that's outside.
2-2.
And here it comes. And that one in the air center field. Johnson makes the catch, inning over. Top 9, and it'll get started with a pinch hitter, Jared Kellner.
And he would be the tying run, Boog, so we may see him try to launch one if he gets a good pitch to handle.
Looking to get the tying run on base. That one's in there. And the count 1-1. Swing and a miss.
1-2.
That misses, and it's 2-2. Just missed. May delivers. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. He's 2 outs away. And here's the first baseman. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, number 38.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
And another ball. That's down and in. A slider missed.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
And he walked him on 4 pitches.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Connor Norton in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Next offering is in for a strike.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
They're down to their final strike. 1 strike away. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Those are both teams come ready to swing it in this one, and they found a lot of success. A couple of touchdowns up on the board today. Pretty amazing, and it turned out to be a close one.